there lived a king. The king had 4 sons by 3 different wives. Rama, who was the oldest, Lakshman and Shatrugna, who were twins, and Bharat, the younger brother of Rama. It was a time for rejoicing in the kingdom of Ayodhya. King Dashrath's oldest son, Rama, had married the most beautiful princess, whose name was Sita, and now at last Dashrath could hand over the throne and the running of the kingdom. Rama was good and kind, and the king knew that his kingdom would be in safe hands. Unfortunately, the mother of Dashrath's younger son, Kaikeyi, was very jealous. She wanted the throne for Bharat, even though he was the younger. So she had a plan. Once she had saved the king's life, and in return he had promised her 2 wishes. Now she saw her chance to claim what he had promised her. She told the king that she wanted Rama to be sent away for 14 years, and her own son Bharat to be king. What was the king to do? He had made a promise, and being the good and honest man that he was, he felt he must fulfill it, even though he knew that he had been tricked. So he reluctantly banished Rama to the forest with his new wife Sita and his brother Lakshman. They walked and walked until, deep in the forest, they came across a cottage, a perfect refuge for them in their banishment. They lived a simple, peaceful life, walking together and enjoying the quietness that they had found, away from the busy life of the palace. But one day all this changed. Ravan was the demon king. He had 20 arms and 10 terrible heads. He had 20 arms and 10 terrible heads, each with a pair of red eyes that burned like hot coals, and an ugly mouth full of yellow fangs. He spotted Sita and was so entranced by her beauty, he decided she should belong to him, and using his magic he created a beautiful golden deer as a trap. When Sita saw the deer, she begged Rama to catch it for her. Rama reluctantly agreed, and Lakshman placed Sita into a magic circle to keep her safe from any danger. As soon as she was left alone, Ravan put the rest of his plan into action. He transformed himself into an old man and tricked Sita into stepping out of the magic circle. As soon as she did, Ravan grabbed her and swept her into his chariot, pulled her away. They flew high into the sky towards Ravan's island of home, Lanka. Despite her terror, Sita thought quickly, and when Ravan wasn't looking, she dropped her jewellery piece by piece over the side of the chariot, so it would leave a trail on the ground below. Meanwhile, back in the forest, Rama had tricked down the golden deer. So he spotted his chance to claim Sita's prize, and he caught hold of the magnificent golden deer. It transformed into a demon, and at once Rama realised he'd been tricked. Frantically he ran back to the place where he had left Sita, fearing that he might be too late, and of course he was. His heart was filled with dread, until he spotted the trail of jewellery. How clever his beautiful wife was, he thought, and he followed the clues that she had left behind until they ran out. Now what would he do? Rama didn't know it, but the help was near at hand, for he had strayed into the kingdom of Hanuman, the monkey king. As Rama sank to the forest floor, in despair, coming towards him, he saw the monkey, Hanuman, the king himself. He took Rama to the monkey city, a city that lay in a giant cave under the hills, and on hearing Rama's tale, Hanuman called together the monkey army. Messages were sent out, and before long, all the monkeys gathered in their millions, ready to search for Sita. Hanuman was not the only king of the monkeys. He also possessed special powers, as he could fly like a bird. So it was he who found where Ravan was keeping Sita, imprisoned on his island. He spotted her sitting in a grove near the palace. When she found out who Hanuman was, Sita excitedly gave him a golden ring, the last of her jewels, to take it back to Rama. With a flurry of white fur, Hanuman swooped into the sky and was gone as quickly as he could come. And so Rama, Lakshman and Hanuman prepared for the battle of all battles. As the armies gathered, they realized that Ravan had been very clever in taking Sita to an island, because they couldn't get to him. not unless they could either swim like a fish or fly like a bird. But Hanuman had a plan, and he told the monkey army to work together to build a bridge out of the rocks, grass and sand that lay on the edge of the shore. As Ram and Lakshman watched in amazement, and before their eyes a bridge had been built which spanned the distance to the island. Hanuman's army poured across the bridge to the island, and the fighting began. The battle was long and terrible. Animals and demons fought against each other, good versus evil. But at last, Rama spotted the demon king. Rama was a great warrior, but in the evil Ravan, he had almost met his match. Each time he swiped his sword at one of Ravan's terrible heads and cut it off, another would straight away grow back in its place. Almost at its wit's end, Rama pulled out the bow that he had carried on his back. A single arrow. It had been a gift from the gods, and as Rama took aim, he chanted a prayer that the arrow would meet its target. He shot out the bow with a blinding flash of light, and the demon king fell to the ground, dead. The whole world rejoiced. Not only was the evil Ravan defeated, but having completed their 14 years' exile, Rama and Sita could now return home. To celebrate their homecoming, the people of Ayodhya cleaned, polished, strung garlands of colourful flowers everywhere, and decorated the footpaths outside their houses with brightly coloured rangoli patterns. As the last glimmers of the day faded from the sky, people lit lamps and placed them in the windows of their houses to guide Rama and Sita home. There seemed to be more flickering divas than stars in the sky, and as Rama was made king, the kingdom of Ayodhya could once again be more at peace. This is the reason why we celebrate Diwali, and this is the reason why we come together each year at this town hall and celebrate the celebrations. So we'd like to thank you for listening to our story and our little interpretation of why we are celebrating Diwali. Thank you.
Thank you.